As I said, my name is Gus Chalkias. I'm the coordinator for the Demo Center, and we decided this month that we were going to do a demonstration focusing solely on entertainment, which is why we called this this session for entertainment purposes only. The things that we're going to be looking at today are products that really don't have any other real redeemable value, redeeming value other than entertainment, and they're fun, and they like allow us to pass some time. What are they?
Time wasters.
Time wasters. So we're going to start with some low-tech stuff, and then we're going to move towards more high-tech stuff. So I know in the flyer that some of you may have seen, you've noticed, you may have seen that we talked about Apple TV, which is probably the last thing that we'll be looking at today, or probably the one that we're going to be spending the most time on. Mm-hmm. We also talked about looking at an HD radio, and just to complete that part of it, we were not able to procure this said HD radio. We tried to get one about 3 months ago, and we're told that they were completely out of stock and would not be restocked for up to 8 months. So we don't have that, but we will be looking at some other ways of listening to music. Okay, so I guess without further ado, Lynette.
All right, folks. We thought we'd start with the low-tech stuff, and perhaps some of you know about some of these things, perhaps not. But these are things from my own home, if you will, and some ways I waste time. And I have Braille cards. Does anyone have a set of Braille cards? No. Okay, cool.
Playing cards or
playing cards?
Yes.
Braille playing cards. Thank you. Yes, Braille playing cards. Thank you for having me say that. And I'll tell you the truth, folks. My Braille reading could be greatly improved, but I am practicing with these Braille cards. Okay. So if I don't know anything else, as I said this afternoon, I know the letters and numbers for the cards. So that's it on that. But these are very nice, and they're available at lighthouse.org. Three out of the 4 items I have up here were bought at the Lighthouse store. Would anybody who has never seen, felt, experienced a Braille card like me to pass one around?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Here, my dear. Thank you. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. And these are standard size cards, okay?
So this this one could tell this one could tell the number and the kind
That's
of
right.
The
suit and the number.
So that you can play, so that people who are visually impaired or blind can play card games.
So it'll say A and K for Ace of Kings, or
Right.
Ace of whatever, not Ace of Kings, really, folks. Don't let me say that. Ace of A and S or something for the Ace of Ace of Kings.
You can pass it around to everybody else.
Pass it
Oh, yeah,
around.
sure.
Yeah, let's let everybody have an opportunity.
Excellent. Okay. Now I am not sure if the Joker is labeled on any of these. The JL? Thank you, Bob. Excellent. Now, what I did play with a lot on the holidays, and folks who have some vision will note the huge cards in my hand. I have large print cards. Can anyone who's seeing see the card I have in my hand? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass it around. These are also playing cards. The regular old bicycle playing cards. And these weren't marked so that we could tell we play spades, and we needed the big joker and the little joker marked, so we just marked them right on the card with a dark marker. Okay? So I'll pass these around. Who can I give this to? There you go. Thank you.
Lynette, I
Yes.
just want to say something. I mean, I used to see like Governor Patterson.
Yes.
And generally the playing cards that you bought in the store, they're pretty much large type font anyway.
Right.
I never found that those larger cards were necessary. And I
You know,
felt they were actually bad because they were too big to hold
Well,
comfortably.
They're difficult to shuffle. I'm not going to lie. Okay? I mean, it takes a while to do that. But there is a set of standard cards, and you're right, Bob, that has a large number in the side.
I just wanted to mention that the size print on the standard playing cards is about maybe 16 or 18 or 20 points, and it was when I could see, I had 2400 vision, and when I could see, I never had any problem seeing.
And I will tell you, Bob, that
But maybe other people.
yeah, I was gonna say, I've used the standard set of playing cards, and then I've used the set that I talked about that has, the number on the other set is just a little wider. So,
Oh,
yeah,
I
the
see.
number on the standard playing cards, the numbers and letters, they're more narrow. So I used to get the set that had just a nice fat 5 or a nice fat 6. It was easier and bolder.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to these, and you're right, they're a pain, but they're fun. Okay? So those are the large print cards.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I'm going to come around to the front. Oh no, you know what? I want to show this first.
Okay.
And I'll pass this around. Does anyone here have a Scrabble board? Does anyone have the classic Scrabble board? Okay, the classic Scrabble board with the beautiful tiles and the braille on the side, the top. I think it was like the top left or right corner. I think the top left corner, and it was very lovely. They had large red, holder and everything. This is the new Scrabble. Okay, and I just want to pass it around along with a few of the tiles. I was actually able to sit over there and read these raised letters. What they've tried to do, the thing about the standard, at least the set that I had, or that we have, didn't have any raised letters. But the tiles were so large, I didn't need them, you know. But this board tries to give, well, if you will.
Best
It
of all
does,
worlds.
yes, it tries. It's tactile in that in each square that there is a double letter, triple word, that kind of thing. They have it in raised letters and braille.
Oh.
Now, I want to pass this around just a bit, and I'm going to pass it to you first. Who's right in front of me? Perfect. And just feel the board and see if you can identify anything, maybe with your eyes closed, if you have some vision.
Oh, here's the braille.
Don't cheat, but if you do, I won't know.
Some have braille and some don't.
Some have braille.
Yeah.
They should
This isn't-
they should each have, on top it should say TW, for instance, in the top corner. And then underneath it should say TW in braille. I'm going to come around to the front again. And this game is available on Amazon.com. It was not designed with the blind in mind, but it is blind friendly. It's called Freeze Up, okay? And Gus put it very well. I said, why is it called Freeze Up? Because you do. Whenever you have to do anything with a clock ticking, you just freeze, okay? So there you go. You turn this on, and then you press the button.
Music.
You like it so far?
Yeah, it says freeze up.
Press the Players button to choose the number of players in today's game.
Okay,
2 players.
2 players. Has anyone here ever played Scatter?
Chosen a 2-player game.
Thank you.
Manual mode.
Okay, that means I press the go button. Has anyone here
Press
ever...
go to continue.
Okay, thank you, dear. All right, has anyone... Shh. Has anyone ever played Scattergories? Scattergories is the game where you have categories, and then you have to, let's say you roll the letter H. It has a really cool die with all of the letters of the alphabet, and you roll the thing, and you get a letter, and you have to say a vacation, and starts with the letter H. What do you think you would say? I've got one.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, of course. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to press the go button. We'll just get a little bit of a... By the way, it's about $15, $20 on Amazon.com. I think it was on sale. It's not even $30.
Player 1, are you ready? You're next with 60 seconds remaining.
You start-
Name something found in this room. Letter M.
Men. Okay, so you get 6.
Go to continue.
Okay, now I'm going to let you get this next one. You're player 2, okay? So when you hear the letter, somebody shout out a word, okay? Here we go.
Player 2, you're next with 60 seconds remaining. Name a restaurant. Letter A.
Applebee's.
Yes, very good. What team are you on, Victor?
I don't know.
Team A.
So, to continue.
So that's really, we played this on the holidays, and you just press the little button. As I was saying on this afternoon, there are some buttons here. I was pressing them, and I wasn't getting any discernible anything. So we just played in that mode. You can, we played it with up to, I think we had 5 players thereabouts, and we passed it around, and I'm gonna pass it around.
The first person to run out of time loses.
Well, I turned it off. I just wanted to see how light it is, how fast it's.
It's a
That
nice
game is still
little
available on
device.
Amazon?
I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's very light. You can pass it around so folks can see it.
What's the name of that game?
That's Freeze
I
Up.
came to hear about a
Freeze
radio,
Up.
Okay?
not that junk.
I think I'm gonna go buy that game
That's
now.
good, you know why?
That's a
Because a lot of
stop.
times they have games
Mhm.
and you can't see, they'll pass you a card that you
That's-
can't see.
that's right.
And then the people your team people can't read it to you because they're not supposed to know all of the stuff.
Right.
So a lot of times you don't play the game.
It's very,
You
very
just
good.
say, well, you know, I don't want to play.
It's true.
So-
And this game can be
Good.
played. This puts people with sight on
Let me see.
a different level. It puts them on my level. Because they have to listen.
Can I ask one other question about a time waster?
Yes.
Is there a Sudoku?
There
iPad
is.
that talks?
Yes, I actually downloaded it. It's on my phone right now, but I didn't have a chance to figure out how it works.
What's the question?
If there's a
Sudoku.
Sudoku
App.
accessible app, and
That
there
talks.
actually is, and it has multiple levels of play, and it's free. But again, I don't know how it works. So
Where did you get it? What?
on the iTunes store, I just typed in Sudoku.
What is?
Actually, I typed in accessible games.
Oh.
Accessible game.
Yeah, that's what I typed in and it gave me a list. It gave me accessible Minesweeper, gave me the
I'm
trivia
gonna find
game. So there's a
Very
lot of really
gratifying.
great usability that's available on these devices, and it's built in. I think Lynette will be okay with me sharing this. Before she got her iPhone, she bought an Android phone.
Oh, Lord.
And she installed the accessibility pack for that Android phone.
Yes.
Was not very happy with it.
Well, no. I'll leave it at that
Yeah.
without saying that the Android accessibility is growing day by day.
Yes.
But an impatient person such as myself
Right.
wanted something right now, and I wanted to be able to do a lot and not worry. There is an entire community of iPhone users to tap into, and the Android bunch is coming along nicely, and there are some things I love about the Android, but the community is not quite there yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, and the thing about the iPhone, what's really, and I'm not trying to say you should go get an iPhone, but I'm just being really honest. What's really great about it is that the accessibility is fully integrated into the design of the phone. So you're not going to get an add-on at a later date, so that hopefully maybe it'll work as well as you'd like it to. It's something that's actually taken into consideration at the time of design. So it's really important. I think it's a really important thing to think about going forward in terms of accessibility. I just want to, before I take any more questions, I just want to move on because we have a lot of stuff, really cool things that I want to show you today, and I want to get through all of them before our time is up.
Before we're thrown out.
But I will definitely take as many questions as we have time for at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing I want to show you is
1:30.
I'm not really big on the video game kind of stuff.
Slide.
I love trivia.
Oh, me
Stem
too.
stump adapt. Trivia.
And here's my trivia game. This one is free.
Yes.
And it comes with hundreds of questions,
Adapt.
and it times you, and it scores you, and it tells you did this well. And
Yep.
I'm-
And you can unlock hundreds more with 99 cents,
Right.
which I did.
So, and I've
Yeah.
yet to answer more than 6 questions right in a row, but that's
I
okay.
did get 7, but who's
And are
counting?
all these apps good for the iPad as well as the iPhone?
I don't know about the iPad and the trivia.
I don't think the trivia is for the iPad, to be honest with you, but I have to double check that I don't know.
Play now.
We're getting there.
Button.
The trivia game is on the iPhone. So everything right now I'm going to show until I tell you differently is going to be on the iPhone, and I'm going to start it right now.
Alert. Unlock 100. Upgrade to full. Skip. Button. News. Button. Movie. Fox. Movie.
You can choose your categories, so I'm going to choose movies, because hopefully I'll get something right.
Who,
Or you will.
Christina Aguilera. Button. Who sang Baby One More Time in 1999? Text Christina Aguilera.
That's one choice.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
Button.
That means I got it
To
right.
find
Woo!
humans. To find Wall-E. But to find in the movie Wall-E. Why was Eve sent to Earth? Text feed. To find plant life.
Nope.
To find humans.
Nope.
To find
Oh.
movies.
That means I took too much time. So it does time you, so it's really cool. Like it gives you a lot of opportunity to do, and you'll hear the speech rate that I have it is right now at the slowest speech rate of the phone. That means I didn't get that question either.
Home. Adapt.
My point is that you can tailor it to yourself, to your needs. Like you can have the speech go faster. I usually like it a little faster, but sometimes when we have a new audience, we prefer to slow it down. Thankfully, Lynette reminded me to do that so that we didn't have to, worry about that. But it's something to always think about.
And they offer, I think it's like 3 or 4 different time levels, so you can, I've chosen 45 seconds or
Right,
whatever,
right,
so
right.
it's the longest time there is, so I can guess the question.
Monster.
So this next app is, I'm not going to show it to you today, but it's called Monster, and it's actually a way of getting onto, for those of us who are looking for work, it's a way to go to the monster.com website and interact with it, and it also has a companion app called
Interviews.
which allows you to answer questions that it poses to you, and it records them to you, and then it gives you pointers on how to respond. It's and these are both free as well. We don't have time to show them, but I just wanted to talk about them for a second.
Page 3 of contacts. Illinitas.
iHeartRadio. Actually, no, let me do that next.
Page 4 of 7. Dictation. Where the Urban Spoon.
Okay, Urban Spoon. This is one of the first apps that I ever got on my iPhone. And Urban Spoon, what it does is it gives you locations of restaurants. So when we entertain, who likes to go out to dinner? Yes? So this gives you locations of restaurants near you based on cuisine, based on price point, based on location. So you can choose a location, you can choose a cuisine, and you can choose a price point, and it'll give you information. So let's see what we got in here. Hopefully something.
I think they might be letting it.
In progress.
Oh. Come on now. All right, here we go.
Spoon. Search for restaurants. Shape. Button. Nearby. Button.
Okay, nearby.
Friends. Button. Browse. Nearby.
Come on.
Home. Spoon. Search field. Featured.
Now, why
Red sky.
does that?
0.28 miles.
Oh, here we go.
There you
For
go.
nearby by distance. Heck, Jimmy's house. 0.02 Humanese. 0. Bull and Bear.
Bull and Bear.
0.03.
And what's cool about it is then you can click on that restaurant, and then it'll give you,
Back. Spoon. In progress. In progress. Loading.
well, if it ever loads. No, it gives you contact information. Sometimes it gives you
Like it.
reviews. Oh, here we go.
75%.
75% of people liked it.
Like it. I like it. I don't. Link.
So you can actually add to this Urban Spoon app by giving in your own feedback.
Call. List start.
It has the phone number, so you can call and make a reservation.
212. Link.
And it has restaurants all over the country. This is not just a local thing. It's like anywhere you are, you can actually bring this up. It'll give you the address, and if you have a GPS system on your telephone, you can drop it into your GPS, and your GPS system will tell you how to get there. So
do restaurants have to pay to be listed on there?
I don't
That we
know.
don't know.
I don't know. That I don't know.
Home.
Yeah. That I'm
Page
not
4
sure.
of 7. Page 3 of 7.
So that's Urban Spoon, and you can also, if you don't like the results that it gives you, you can shake the phone and it'll give you new results. So instead of having to look for buttons, all you have to do is just shake it up and it'll do that.
iHeart Radio.
Your address in, or it can tell where you are?
It knows where you're located. That's the other thing a lot of people get nervous about is
Yes.
with the newer phone technology, your location is pretty much common knowledge at any point in the day, wherever your phone is. So that's why some people opt out of getting these what they call smartphones. But as the smarter the phones they get, the more information available about you that's out there. So it's just something to be aware of.
And also
I
on
heard
every,
you.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
on every app that I've downloaded, it asks you, can we use your current location? And it gives you an okay or a no button.
Right.
So you have the choice.
You do. But your phone always also emits a signal,
Yeah.
so no.
They're
The
gonna
next-
find you anyway.
Yeah. The next thing so just so I can be straight with you guys, in our previous flyer, we said that we would look at HD radio today as well. And we tried to get the HD radio, and unfortunately it was sold out. We tried to get it 3 months ago. It was sold out, and they told us it would take 8 months to restock. That's the reason we don't have it today, but what we do have is other alternatives for listening to radio, and I'm gonna show you one right now. This is called iHeartRadio. And this is an application, again, it's on the iPhone, and
iHeart Radio.
what it does is it gives you local radio stations that are on the clear channel.
Genres. Personality. All cities. Local stations.
Local stations, okay.
Stations.
And now I'm just
Back
moving,
button.
for those of you
New
who are
York's-
curious, I'm moving to each station just by flicking my finger, or by moving my finger across around the screen.
Your favorite show is always on. Updates every New York's classic rock. Q104.3.
So this will live stream that station.
New York's hit music station. Z100.
Oh,
Shall we listen to that?
well, we can see what they have.
All right, let's see what Z100 is playing.
Favorite button. Button.
And who was that?
I have no idea. But I think it actually tells you. Wait.
Local. Controls restart. Dim. C100. C low green.
Oh.
Forget you.
That
Volume.
wasn't that one.
80 air. C low
Maybe that's
green.
what's starting now?
That's CeeLo.
You have to buy an app.
Say that
Say again?
again?
Is that a website you can get on a computer?
No, this is an app that's been designed specifically for the iProduct, and this is a free download. So this is not something that you have to pay for in addition, but it's not for, and I will talk about a couple of other applications that are available for the computer for free.
Just so that I can say, there is
Yes.
an app available for your PC. I have it. It's Pandora for PC. It's a beautiful thing, and it does not have the ads. Every few songs in Pandora for either iPhone or whatever other iDevice,
Right.
you have ads. That's how they pay for everything. So on Pandora for PC does not have that, and you can Google that, Pandora for PC, and it's a simple installation, and it costs $10. Not $10 a month, not $10 a year, but $10.
It's a
There you
purchase
go.
price. And
Exactly.
you can have up to 100 different stations, with different genres, different types of music. I think I have about 40 on the iPad right now. And what's really nice is I'm signed into my iPad. If I add a new station, it will automatically update my iPhone Pandora and my iPod Touch Pandora, or my Pandora on PC. So it's cross-platform, and it gives you access to all this all these really cool songs. And not only does it give you sometimes songs, sometimes it gives you background on the artists, which sometimes we like to know.
Yes, absolutely.
I find
Trivia.
I'm kind of interested in stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it gives that information to us. And it's just been a really nice thing, because when Pandora first became available on the PC, it was not accessible. And if it was accessible, you were very lucky, because
exactly.
it wasn't normal. But with the introduction of this app on the iPhone and the iProducts, it really crossed that bridge and allowed us to have access to this stuff too, because I love music.
Me too.
Screen
Okay.
Excuse
me?
Yes.
Is it you're typing on a keyboard?
That's correct. I have a Bluetooth keyboard that I've paired with my iPad, which it's a wireless keyboard, and I've paired it with it so that I can control it without having to touch the device, especially in demonstrations.
Yes.
You say is that wireless?
It is. It's
Yes.
Bluetooth. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it allows me to do a lot of different things, and I'm going to show you one kind of fun feature a little bit before we complete tonight. I think I'm going to move on to Apple TV.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So, who knows what Apple TV is?
TV made by Apple, bro.
Well, it's actually a little cable box. It kind of looks like a little cable box. For those of you who can see it, I'm holding it up. It's a little bit behind Lynette's head. I can't hold it up much further because the wires are long, too short. It's a little box that's 4 inches by 4 inches by 1 inch. And it's got no buttons on it or anything other than an Apple symbol at the top of it. And what it does is you connect it to your television, and it gives you access to iTunes rentals, like movie rentals or television rentals. You can access your Netflix account.
Yes.
You can access the YouTube or podcasts or
radio.
Number of things. Radio is very important, right?
Yes.
And it's all done through Wi-Fi. Like right now, the only thing, this box is plugged into a power outlet, and it's plugged into the television. And I'm going to start it, and it's the first product that is for television viewing, I guess, that is accessible to our community in this country. There are cable boxes overseas that are accessible, but in terms of accessibility and television, this is the first thing that we've encountered,
Yes.
or I don't know if I can say we've encountered, but I don't even know if there's anything else that exists in the United States that's comparable.
Not
But
yet.
it gives us access to information and to programming that we get to control. I have a beautiful account with Time Warner Cable, and I would love to rent my pay-per-view movies, but I need my sister to come over and rent it for me because I can't see the screen. No more.
So excuse me, you can rent movies from this.
In England.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Movies. In theaters. Button.
I'm
4
gonna
of 4.
turn the volume up 1 second.
And what is this called? This is
Apple
In
TV.
computers.
Apple TV.
Gossip's
Yes.
Library. Button. In TV shows. In movies. In theaters. Button. 4 of 4.
In movies is the first category here, and what in movies offers is current movies that are available for rental via streaming over iTunes. It also allows you to
Search. Button.
search
3 of
by
4.
name.
Genres.
It allows you
Button.
to
2
search
of
by
4.
genre.
Top movies. Button.
It allows
1
you
of
to
4.
look at the top movies, but one cool feature that I just discovered when I bought this thing, which I didn't expect it to be here, it actually gives us access to movie trailers for movies that are in theaters now. How many times have you seen a commercial and you're like, "Ooh, this movie looks great," and then nothing in the trailer actually tells you the name of the movie. This one is
Search. In theaters.
in theaters.
Button. Loading.
Can you show the trailer of Green
In
Lantern?
theaters.
I'm sorry?
Adjustment Bureau.
Green
1 of
Lantern.
128.
Yes, I can.
Oh, thanks.
I'm not going to show the whole one, but that's the one since you asked. I'm going to do. So if you are listening, it says there's 128 trailers available here.
Wow.
So and you can
That's upcoming movies?
all movies that are either upcoming or about to open.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm going to find Green Lantern because that's the one that was requested. And the way I'm controlling this is I have a little remote control. For those of you who can see, it looks like an iPod Nano. It's very slim and sleek. It has 7 buttons on it. Very easy to manage and very easy to use. And I'm going to just find Green Lantern really quick. There's a 5-directional, a multi-directional circular button. So if you press 12, it's up, 6 o'clock position is down, and then the center is to select, and I'm just going to use those keys to move through these options here.
Everything Must Go. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallow. Hannah. The Hangover. Green Lantern. Fort.
Now,
Play.
If I
HD
leave it
content.
here, it's actually
Button.
going to give you a synopsis of the movie.
Green Lantern. Not yet rated.
1 second.
In a universe as vast as it is mysterious, a small but powerful force has existed for centuries. Protectors of peace and justice. They are called the Green Lantern Corps, a brotherhood of warriors sworn to keep intergalactic order. Each Green Lantern wears a ring that grants him superpowers.
I'll just
But when
play
a new
it.
enemy called
I'm just going to play it so you can see the first few minutes. Or the first few seconds. It's a,
This is great.
this is just the trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who can see, the picture is really crisp and pretty high def.
Worlds annihilated. Lanterns, we face an unprecedented danger.
And I'm going to pause it. So I just pressed, there's a pause button on here. I can resume it whenever I like.
An enemy powerful.
And pause it again.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you necessarily need an HDTV for that?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no way a person with a regular TV can
No.
around it, right?
There's adapters, but I've found that they don't work well.
Okay.
And
Tried that.
one thing that I did, because I don't see well enough to warrant buying a real HD, like a big HD TV, I found a 13-inch one on Amazon for $99.
Wow.
So I bought a $99 HD TV, I hooked up my Apple TV, and for under $200 I have access to information that I wouldn't normally have access to.
And Gussie, Apple TV is $99 as well?
Apple TV is $99.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's a one-time fee, there's no subscription. It works, yeah, it works off your internet connection, and you basically can rent movies, you can rent television programs. If you have a Netflix account, does everybody here know what Netflix is?
Yes.
If you have a Netflix account, you can stream any of 20,000 plus programs over this device at any time, as much as as often as you like.
There you go.
And I'll show that to you guys in a moment too.
Gus, were you able to hook that up on your own?
That's the one thing. Thank you for asking that, Dory. One of the things that I've really been very happy with to say about all the other Apple products is that I'm able to turn on the screen reader by myself. With Apple TV, I was not. So I needed sighted assistance, and it took literally about 10 seconds to find it and turn it on, but I did need sighted assistance. But what I will tell you is once it is turned on, I actually memorized where it is, and last week for some reason it turned off on me and I was able to reactivate it by myself. So if you listen, you'll hear like little sound effects whenever I press the button. Listen. No. Thank you.
play in theaters.
Did you hear that little thump?
Green Lantern, 47 of 120, in main menu. In main menu.
Did you hear that little
In
noise?
theaters. Button.
So those
4
little
of 4.
noises, shush, that the device makes little noises every time it moves, or every time the remote control accesses a certain control on the device, it makes certain noises. So following those noises, I was able to do this.
General. Audio. General. About. Sleep after. Language. Accessibility. Button. 12 of 4. Voiceover. On. Button.
And that's
1
how I
of 2.
found it, is following those noises. And you know, you may have to write it down, but if you write it down, you have it forever. You know, it's not hard to remember where it is, because the menus here are very static, so they're not going to change.
Accessibility. Button. In main menu. Settings.
I'm gonna go back.
General. In main menu. Movies. In theaters.
So movies
Button.
was the first
4 of
one,
4.
the first option. The second option here is TV shows.
In TV shows.
Yeah, let's see TV.
Top TV shows. Button. 1 of 4.
Well, the thing with TV shows is it gives you you can rent TV shows for 99 cents whenever you want. You can preview them, so I'll go into
Genres. Button.
let's do
2.
genres.
In genres. Classic. Button. Comedy. Button. Drama. Button. Kids. Button.
I'm going to do something that's,
Nonfiction. Button.
I'm going to do something
Kids.
that's a little safe.
In kids. The Sweet Life on Deck. See Good Luck Charlie. See free series premieres. 3 browse kids TV shows. Sesame Workshop. 5 of 5.
Sesame Workshop.
In Sesame Workshop. Sesame Street. Selections from season. Learn along with Sesame brought to you by Sesame Street. In Learn Along with Sesame brought to you by Sesame Street. Learn Along with Sesame. 1. Happy, healthy, ready for preview button.
So it comes here and you can preview it for
1.
like 30
Happy,
seconds.
health,
Or,
free, rental.
oh, it's actually
button.
a free rental, so I can get it for free, but
Preview.
I can do a preview. God, Elmo's annoying, isn't he? But it's there, and it accesses pretty nicely. And the great thing, you can just leave it where
In
it is.
Sesame
Keep
Workshop.
going back.
In
Go back to your
In main menu. Genres. In internet. YouTube. Button. Netflix.
Okay.
Button. 1 of
So
8.
there's several categories here. Netflix is the first one. I'll come to it in a moment.
MLB TV.
MLB
button.
TV,
2 of
which is
8.
Major League Baseball television. You can access any games that are played
Just, yeah.
via the Major League Baseball TV.
NBA. Button.
NBA,
3 of 8.
which these are 2 new additions actually. These were not available up until about 3 weeks ago.
YouTube. Button. 4 of 8.
You can search anything on YouTube and play it on here.
Podcasts.
You can play
Button.
podcasts.
5 of 8. Mobile Me. Button. 6 of
MobileMe
8.
is a mobile contacts app that Apple has created, so you can keep track of your contacts if you wanted through here. I don't use it.
Flickr.
Flickr
Button.
is for
7
viewing
of 8.
pictures. I don't use that.
Radio. Button. 8
Here's
of 8.
radio. I'm going to show you radio.
Loading internet radio stations. In categories. Adult Contemporary. Button. 1
So
of 25.
There are 25 categories here. Each category has from 50 to a couple of hundred radio stations. So there's probably close to a couple of thousand radio stations in here. And I'm going to go to classical.
Ambient. Blues. Classic rock. Classical. Button.
And I'm selecting this again.
A 1900
This is
classical.
control.
Button. 1 of 141.
So there's 141 classical stations.
A 1900 classical.
I'm just going to go down randomly like 15 times.
Allegro. Button.
Allegro
16.
classical. I don't even
Loading.
know if this is going to be classical, but it'll be whatever it is.
Allegro. Spanish dances opus 22 number 1. Romanza Andaluza. 16 of 141.
As you can tell, it also tells you what the song is,
Yes.
which is really nice. Pretty.
Yeah.
You can
Allegro.
just using this little
Button.
remote control.
16 of 104. In main menu.
I'm gonna go to Netflix
Radio.
because that's my
Button.
favorite thing right now.
YouTube.
Let me show you me.
Netflix.
Pick
Button.
something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Accessing Netflix. In Netflix. Suggestions for you. Button.
So Netflix pays attention to what you watch, and then it makes suggestions. It picks items for you and suggests, hey, maybe you'd like to watch this. Maybe you'd like to watch this.
Recently watched.
It
Button.
also keeps a list of what you've recently watched.
Movie genres. Button.
Movie, and then by genre,
TV genres.
By-
Button.
by TV shows. There's TV shows in here as well. And when I say TV shows, I mean like every season, every episode in order with brief synopses of each episode, so you know which episode you're watching. It's pretty spectacular, and you can play whichever one you like.
New arrivals. Button.
New arrivals, do new stuff.
Instant queue. Button.
Instant queue is stuff that I haven't watched yet, but I've put into my instant queue so that I can watch it, so that it's like saved somewhere, so that I don't forget that I want to watch it.
Search.
And
Button.
then search. So somebody give me a movie to search for. Anybody?
Sounds good.
Any movie, please.
one.
Yes.
Iron Man 2.
I don't think that's. I think that's two.
Thor.
Yeah, that's not out yet.
Oh, there you go. The Wizard of Oz.
Let's
In
try.
search.
Let's try the
Search
Wizard of
for.
Oz.
Full keyboard.
So
N.
now, I
Button.
pressed enter on
Alpha.
search, and on screen, what
Press
came
play
up-
pause button to change keyboards.
What came up on the screen is a virtual keyboard, and it's several lines of letters. The first line being A through F, then G through L, and so on and so forth. And using the remote control, I'm able to move to the different letters. So I'm just going to move to the W.
G, Y, button. S, V, W, Button.
I'm gonna select it by pressing the space
Whiskey.
and center key.
25 items found.
I'm gonna type wizard and I'm gonna do it pretty fast, so just, bear with me.
K, but H, button, I, U, 1, Z, Y, Z, B, A, G, M, F, P, Q, but R, F, E, D. Wizards of Waverly Place, the Wizard, HD, Wizards of Waverly Place, Wizards of the Demons, we are wizards. The Diamond Wizard, the Diamond Wizard.
I guess they don't have the Wizard of Oz.
1954, button.
They don't, like I said, there's only 20,000 films, 20,000 only, right?
Only.
There are 20,000 items in their streaming library as of right now, but their Netflix is moving pretty quickly towards an all streaming platform. They want to make all their programming available via streaming, so before long, their entire catalog is going to be available in this format. And this is a good place. And it costs $8 a month, which is ridiculously cheap for access to this amount of information.
Yes,
And
it's
well, why don't I go back and show
Full
you guys
keyboard,
something that I was
clear,
watching.
button. In Netflix. Suggestions, recently watched. In recently watched. Netflix. Recently watched. Anti-Maid, 1 of 22.
It's my favorite movie from the 50s.
Battlestar Galactica, 22 of 20. Natural City. Star Trek, 20 of 20. Roseanne, 19 of 22.
Here's Roseanne.
In Roseanne, Season 1. 4. Language lessons, button.
Well, I can look for that next if you like, but
4. Language lessons.
So what's really
Roseanne,
cool about
Season
this?
1.
I'm gonna shut you
Play, button.
up. Okay. It remembers
4.
where I
Language
left
lessons.
off.
Play, button.
The last episode I watched of Roseanne was Season 1, Episode 4. So it remembers that. I haven't finished this episode yet, and it should start playing, hopefully, where I left it off. Let's see.
Excuse me,
Quit bothering me!
Yeah. Sorry, yes, you have a question.
remote control that you're using,
Yes,
does it only come in one size?
yes. This is the standard remote
And
control.
you said 7 buttons?
Yep, there's only 7 buttons on it,
What are
so
the buttons? I mean, on, off?
no, there's no on off. There's up, down, left and right,
On center.
select, menu, and the play pause button. Yep. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
simple, and it's really comfortable too. Like in the hand, it's just a really comfortable device.
So is it always on?
You can actually put it to sleep. So you can
Continuously on?
No, yeah.
Watching you day and night. Just saying.
It's not watching me.
Okay, Rob.
But it does have a sleep mode, so you can set it to go to sleep in an hour or in 2 hours, or you can tell it sleep now and it'll just turn off. So, but all that is done not via a button, but via a control on the spoken menu. Finally, what I wanted to show you, this
Play,
is
button.
one of my
In
favorite
Roseanne.
things.
In recently watched.
One of my many favorite
Netflix.
things.
Star Trek, 20 of 22. In Netflix. In main menu. In computers. Gussie's library. Button.
Okay.
1 of 1.
This is, you may not understand what it says, but it's saying Gussie C's library. This is my music library that's on my netbook right in front of me. So, as you may be able to tell, no wires.
No wires. Exactly.
Right? So via all these devices connect via Wi-Fi. So right now my library, my music library on my iTunes is available on Apple TV for streaming, just by
Gussie's
virtue
library.
of my Wi-Fi
Music.
network.
Button. 1 of 6. Genius. Button. 5 of 13.
And what's even better is
Genius mixes.
it's actually
Button.
created
6
a
of
bunch
13.
of genius mixes for me based on, it's taken clumps of songs that are similar categories, similar genres, and it's put them together into mixes so that I can...
70s pop mix. Based on music by Lady Gaga, RuPaul, Christine W., and others.
Okay, this is my 70s mix,
Trance mix.
my trance
Based on
mix,
music by Downtempo mix.
my downtempo
Based on
mix,
music by Electronica mainstream mix. House mix.
My house
Based
one.
on music. Progressive house mix. Electronica mix.
Can you tell I like
Based on music
electronic
pop.
music? I'm gonna go to the
70s pop mix.
Let's see what we got over here.
Loading. Power of Love. Offer Nissan remix. Donna Summer. Equals. 70s pop mix.
Yeah, this is not Donna Summer, that's mislabeled.
Something in my house. XX.
No.
Sex Drive. Back to my roots.
This is
RuPaul.
This is
Terminal of the World. 70s pop mix.
I
No,
don't think that's, well,
it's 70s like pop music. Yeah, that's why it was called 70s pop. But it's basically it picks music that's within a certain genre or a certain kind of a sound.
right.
And
70s pop mix.
like I
Genius
said,
mix. Music.
what that did,
In main menu.
this is from my computer.
Gussie's Library.
to-
Button. 1 of 1.
Okay, great. From my computer
To
my
access your
device.
iTunes library on Apple TV. Turn on home sharing
You need to be quiet.
in settings. General. Button. 1 of
She
6.
has a lot to say.
She does have a lot to say. Finally,
She is.
she is. Finally, I have my iPod Touch in front of me, and I use the iPod Touch to listen to audiobooks because I love to read. I've read I think about at least 30 books this year. Now, this is a different i product. This is called the iPod Touch, which is not an iPhone. It's just an MP3 player, but it also has a touch screen. I'm gonna play a book. You're not gonna be able to hear it initially, but I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Actually, let me plug it into this. Yeah, let me plug it into here. Okay.
There you go.
Double tap to notes. Dismiss. No. Audible. Audible. Downloaded. Back. Play.
Okay.
Button.
So I'm gonna
Start
play.
playback.
I'm gonna play a book, and then I'm gonna access something called AirPlay, which I never really understood what it is. But again, via Wi-Fi, wirelessly, the audiobook is gonna play through my Apple TV and through the sound system that my Apple TV is connected to, and that's gonna be playing from this device, but it'll be heard over there. So I'm gonna play it here.
You see?
Pause.
Balthazar, now leave us.
Rewind minus. Next
Balthazar
chapter.
was master
Volume.
in disbelief. Then at the gaping hole in the ceiling,
Volume.
shattered
1.
fountain of limestone on the
What is
floor. No doubt
Volume.
wondering how
100.
this constituted a small disagreement. Yes, my lord, he stammered.
Home.
Okay, hold on.
He quickly retreated, closing the door.
You know, whenever you want to show something,
It's demo mode, folks.
it's okay. Just bear with me,
Yeah.
people.
719p. 3 of 3 iPod. Status bar item.
Okay.
Double tap to scope. App switcher. Audible. No. Audible.
Okay.
Volume 100. Next volume 100%.
Oh, I think I turned it
adjustable.
off.
Swipe up or down to adjust the volume.
General.
Screensaver. Audio and AirPlay. Button. AirPlay. On. Button.
There you go.
AirPlay. Off. AirPlay. On. Button. 1 of 2. Next chapter. Button. Jumps to the next chapter. Volume. Volume.
I hate you.
Next chapter. Volume.
Wait, I'm gonna do it with another device.
Can I ask you a question on that, please?
You may.
How do you know where on the screen to touch in order to advance from one page to the
There's different ways of navigating through the device, but eventually what happens is if you use it enough, you know where certain buttons are. So I know, for example, that my unlock button is here,
Slide to unlock.
and I can unlock it really
on the
easy.
lower?
Lower left
right,
corner.
Lower left, yes.
So you get to know, but there's different ways of maneuvering.
But how do you get to know
iPod.
where those?
Because you're
Trial
getting
and
the
error.
trial and error, and
Yeah.
because you get the audio
iPod.
feedback, you do begin to get a spatial idea, if you will,
Screen
of where
dim.
things are.
Insert videos.
Just by touching the screen and hearing it over and over and over.
Playlist. 1,200, 1970s, 16 digital and 19
Screen lock.
I'm annoyed now. No, just bear with me 1 second. No, it's fine.
06 I wonder. New title.
Come on.
300.
Yeah.
If you had earphones, could you just listen to your book on the iPad?
You can. It has its own speaker, but I like sometimes to have a more robust
sound.
Volume. Airplay. Next.
Here's
Airplay.
AirPlay, but
Next track.
Could you go over again, what is AirPlay?
Giant
I see that you have it on your TV screen through the Apple
Album track.
TV.
say,
Is that the,
say that again, I'm sorry.
what exactly
What is
is
AirPlay?
AirPlay? Is that the-
AirPlay is a way of streaming media from one device to another wirelessly.
And you can do that with
Giant.
books,
Well,
right?
yes.
You can do it with books and with music. I'm gonna actually do it with music right now because it's here.
Album up.
How much
2
time
of
do
1
you get on
volume.
that to listen to it?
Airplay.
Say that again?
How much time do you get on that?
As much as you want.
Does it die soon like
Yep.
phone?
I'm gonna play it right now, actually.
Apple. Cancel. Apple TV.
Might be too loud, but
Giartis Mazonicus Aneli Kakina, Tubuchitan Mase.
so this is playing from my iPod, my iPhone, but playing. See, there's no wires, right? It's playing through that sound system. That was a Greek song, so sorry if it was too loud or obnoxious for anybody. But that's one of the things that I really love about this is you can, when you can find the button, you can play it wirelessly, and it's been pretty awesome to play it that way because at home I can play. These devices usually work within 35 feet of each other, so I can be playing my my book on my iPod in the living room, but I can hear it in my sound system in the bedroom, which is a nicer sound system. You know, so it's just a really nice feature that they've included, and I really like it. So.
Screen dim.
Another question, please?
You can ask as many as you like.
When
Yep.
you touch the screen,
Screen lock.
right. How do you get that speaking voice activated? Is that a particular program?
It's
Yes.
included with the iPhone, and if you can have somebody sighted activate it for you, or you can connect it to your computer and activate it yourself.
Through iTunes.
Through
It's
iTunes.
available to sighted and blind and.
This is available on every
Every phone
iPhone
that's made.
that's been made
Yep.
since Model 3GS.
iPhone, iPad, iPad 2,
Right.
and Apple TV.
I think one other thing, and
What's
then
that?
the camera, which I didn't do this morning, but I want to
Oh.
do it. Okay. So, my iPad 2, which is a relatively new device, comes equipped with a nice little camera. Now, what would a blind man care with a camera?
Thumb up iPad. Button.
Well, I'll tell you.
There are blind photographers.
There are.
Camera.
Mm-hmm.
I was the witness at my best friend's wedding in April,
Calendar.
and I was the only other person there. So what I did was I turned on my camera.
Contacts.
Right, no, sorry.
iTunes. App Store. Game Center. FaceTime. Camera.
And there's a camera on the screen side of this device. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So once I turn it on,
Cat Viewfinder. Image.
if I hold it
Tap to
just
focus.
so, you guys should be able to see yourselves. Yes?
Oh, I see myself. I see myself waving.
Yes.
It's like TV, it adds pounds.
Oh,
But-
lovely.
But what's great about this is I can actually
Cam. Zoom. Zero. Photo and take picture. Button.
take the picture. I just took a picture of you guys.
Ha.
Thanks a lot.
But
gonna
what?
look beautiful.
But like I said, what's great about this is I was able to stand in front of my friends and hold the camera up to them and say, "Is this a good shot of you guys? Is this a good shot?"
that's cool.
And then I
Yes.
took the picture at their wedding. Now, adversely or reversely or however you want to put it, this could double as a camera for a visually impaired person with a 10-inch viewfinder.
Sure.
Right? So if I'm looking at it as a low vision user, a 10-inch viewfinder is a really nice size screen to see what's on the other side of the camera lens.
Yeah.
So it's another option for taking pictures for people who have traditionally not been able to use those little 2.5-inch screens on the backs of a camera. This is another option that's available with a device like this. So I like to show that because it really is starting to decrease the stuff that we are no longer that we're no longer able to do because of our vision loss.
Gus?
Yes.
With the iPad and the camera?
Yes.
Is that Wi-Fiable also to the Apple TV?
No.
That's next.
Well,
maybe.
actually, if I save the pictures, yeah, through Flickr, I should be able to do that, yes. But I don't have that set up right now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it absolutely should be. But the iPad also comes with an HDMI adapter so that you can actually connect it directly to the television and put on the television anything that's seen on here.
Okay, so you can hook it up to the monitor behind you.
Absolutely. You can hook it up directly via hardwire.
Okay.
And I assume at some point it'll be able to hook up wirelessly as well. I thought it could before, but I tried it and it didn't work, so I was a little disappointed. The last app that I want to show tonight is called It's called the Money Reader. I guess this is how you can figure out how to count out the money to pay for all this stuff.
Yes,
right?
Truly.
Well, this is not for credit cards. This is for cash. But what's really great about this particular
725. Slide to album art.
Let's get out of there.
iBooks. Page 2. Sudoku. Minds. Nav. Crack. Hulu. Remote. Money Reader.
You know traditionally how we had to take our money out, kind of separate it, put it into a device that cost either $100 or $200, then put it to the side, take out the next bill. But you don't have to do that anymore.
$20.
And I'm going through a fold of bills.
$20.
This is on the iPhone, but it works on the iPad, Touch as well.
Oh,
that's on the phone?
I'm rich. This is on the phone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Truly. I mean,
it's the same bill. I just folded it
I
a
have to
million
say, I'm
times.
wondering where you got all this money. This afternoon, they only had one.
There's a cash machine downstairs.
Oh, right.
But what's really, you want to bring up a bill and we can read it?
Yeah, but don't know what it is, though.
But what's,
Whip it out.
like and this is an application that costs $1.99.
Yeah.
A month or what?
No, period.
Where's your bill?
Oh, no, don't do that. I didn't do it. I didn't
broke
do
the
it.
iPad.
I didn't touch anything.
She broke the iPad, everybody.
She has the camera. I didn't touch it.
$600.
Oh, wait, it just locked. Hold on one second. Let me just unlock it.
Slide to Money Reader.
The Money Reader, Mary?
Wait.
The money thing.
It's real money.
Phone.
I know.
The iPhone.
There it is, $10.
I didn't hear it say.
You can use the iTouch. You can use it on the
$10.
iTouch too, right? It's just using the camera. Oh, there's no camera on
There you
that.
go. Here's your $10 bill, my friend.
There's your 10.
Yeah, it's on the phone.
I gotta get that phone.
It's in my pocket. I'll give it back
Yes.
to you later.
So
Screen lock.
Give you a total of bills that you have?
It's not a total.
No. It reads each bill, but what happens is when you flip from one bill to the other, you don't have to actually separate the bills any longer, like you would with one of those other reading devices. You can just keep flipping the previous bill down, and it'll read what's next. So it's for me, it's like kind of
Screensaver running.
It's like kind of going back to when my vision was better, when I was able to just flip through the money in my pocket and know what was there. Because it's that quick. And while I think that those other standalone money reading devices are wonderful, they really are, you know? And they gave access to our community to money for as long as they did. I think this is pretty amazing that it's included in my phone, and it was only $2.
And I take the other side. Yes?
Can you use that on iPod Touch?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, does it have a
Yes.
camera? Doesn't it need a camera?
The iPod Touch 4th generation.
There, okay.
Yes. Previous generations don't have cameras.
So when you say $2, when you get the phone, you tell them that you want that app.
Yep, you go and buy it yourself.
Yeah,
and,
from the
and
App Store.
It's $2, and
Yeah.
that's all it costs. Yep.
Okay.
And I just wanted to mention 2 other apps. One's a real time waster, and that's 10,500 questions, or answers rather. You just shake the phone and you get a new trivia, like for instance, what was it? Lima beans have cyanide, that kind of thing, and time wasters. And you shake the phone, and you get another. And you can Facebook, Twitter, email, all of that stuff.
Fun
with
little
those.
facts
Fun
that you
facts.
never needed to
That's
know.
what they are. In fact, they're called cool facts, but there are 10,500, and it actually tells you how many you've downloaded and listened
looked
to.
at. Nice.
And then there's the Sendero app, which I've been raving about. Look Around. That's $4.99, and it literally saves my bacon on the bus when I'm fooling around with this iPhone and I'm not paying attention, and the driver is not announcing the stops. Last week, I said, oh my gracious, where am I? I knew I was on unlimited, but time slipped away. I pulled out my iPhone, turned on Look Around. It said, nearing 50th Street. And then I knew I had to get off at the next stop. So that is fabulous. Again, $4.99, Sendero's Look Around, cool. I think it's called 10,500 Facts. That's for free, but you can, I think you can unlock.
There's
Is
more?
that there? I think there are more.
No, that's the
That's the question. Yeah, the 10,500 is good.
Yes.
When you were using Sendero's Look Around?
Yes.
And what did you do? Put your iPhone up to the window?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you should. I'll try it here. Remember, we're inside.
You don't always have to.
No, in fact, I don't generally.
Yeah.
It's kind of low,
Here,
but
plug in.
let's see. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Let's see.
Yep.
All right.
That's the navigation device.
What?
That's the navigation.
Yes.
Page 3 of 3.
Let me get to page 1 of 1.
Page 2 of 3.
Just hit the home key.
Page 1 of 3.
Got it. Okay. And I'll turn it up a little bit. I'm hoping.
Sendero GPS.
Okay, Sendero
Double tap to
GPS.
open.
And just know that, well, let's see how well it does in here. I don't know what
Sendero
it's going to do.
GPS.
Sometimes it tells us.
Sendero GPS. Welcome to Sendero GPS Look Around version 1.2. Touch a button or shake the phone to receive nearby location information.
Now she's kind of fast, so but she basically said you can touch a button. You have.
Or you can shake
Look
it.
around.
You can shake it.
Button.
Look around.
Nearest cross street.
Nearest
Button.
cross street.
Nearest 5 points of interest.
And nearest
Button.
5 points of interest. That helped us find a
What's the
restaurant.
nearest cross
Actually,
street?
the nearest cross street.
Nearest cross street. Nearest cross street.
Let's see how well it does here.
Nearest cross street. Nearest cross street. E25th Street.
There you
Near
go.
Lexington Avenue.
Oh, thank you.
And it's in Lexington too.
What?
And it's in Lexington.
There you
also.
go.
Very nice.
Let's see.
Nearest cross street. E25th Street. Near Lexington Avenue.
There
No.
you go.
No. This needs constant data flowing into
Constant
the
connection.
device, so you can use this on an iPad with 3G or on an iPhone. But the iPod Touch does not have 3G connectivity, so it wouldn't work.
That item that Annette just used, you would use with the iPhone?
That is
Yes.
an iPhone.
That
Is
is.
that a separate little thing, is that it?
No,
It's a separate application.
It's actually, she has an iPhone and she has an application loaded onto the iPhone that provides the GPS. Yeah.
And you're saying it also works on the iPad?
The iPad with 3G.
Yes.
And what about the iPod Touch?
No.
No.
Okay, thank you.
The iPod Touch does not have 3G connectivity, so it won't work on that. Any other questions, or I think that's it for us.
Yeah.
We've kind of gone through a whole.
Where can we order this besides the Apple website?
What?
The Apple Store, the Apple TV? And,
Oh, Apple TV.
Amazon, Best Buy,
Yep.
anywhere they sell electronics, you can buy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the price about?
$99.
$99?
Yes.
Yeah, Russ got
Facing west near
TV.
164 E25th Street in New York. Nearest cross street. E25th Street.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to take that out.
What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
You said Gus got.
Oh, I was just gonna say Gus got it all for $200, a little, maybe $215, maybe with taxes.
Well, no,
Not even
my
no
TV
tax?
was FedEx to me for no additional charge.
Well, fool.
So it's, yeah, $99 for that, $99 for the Apple TV, which we had it shipped free, because Amazon does that for products over $25. No shipping,
There you go.
just like buying it in a store, and I don't have to carry nothing home.
And then how did you set it up? You just plugged it into the wall? Is
I
that-
plugged it in. Well, I actually had a sighted colleague, turn the voiceover on the first time, but since then I've been pretty much the only one using it. because I won't let anybody else
I'm
have
telling
any
you,
access
you know,
to it.
They might take it too.
You know, it's true.
Hush up, Victor.
You can't trust grabby little hands. You can't.
Thank you. And thank you, folks.
Thank you, everybody, for attending tonight.